So, hello everybody, and welcome back to Simulation Section. It's me and more central, that person that bought some buses and does real life videos on buses, trams and trains and all sorts around the world. I do the simulation stuff for those of you that have joined in more recent times. That's how more central started. I've moved the simulation stuff about a couple of times. And here we are on Simulation Section, the dedicated channel for all of the gaming stuff that I do. And showcasing the likes of OMSI 2 and Train Simulator. And today, as you can see, we are driving a bus, we're not driving a train, so we're in OMSI. And you join me somewhere that I don't think we've been to in a very, very long time. This is Farthington bus station on Farthington Demo. Now, Farthington Demo was made by an individual called Whistlehead, who I don't think does much in the OMSI world now. I've met Whistlehead, very, very nice person. And they were working on this map that was inspired around Cambridgeshire. It was initially going to have more routes and eventually going to have more services and more routes like than this. But unfortunately, only the demo ever got released. That was a singular service between the bus station and the bus depot. It goes via a park and ride site where you can see the start and the end of a bus guideway system that allowed me to use the guideway spleens from that in the likes of Harrowthorpe and other similar maps that I've made in the past. So I used the spleens from that to make the guideways in that. So you get to pass the guideways that are inspired on the busway in Cambridgeshire with that Stagecoach operate on. And then we head over a few more oval bits towards the depot. So for today, I have chosen YJ58 RTO, which in real life is 37672. It has a slightly different interior to this, but we're going to ignore that. It is over with FirstBus in Cymru, First Swansea, that operate this bus. They operate it in this livery. I don't know if it's still branded or not, but this was part of a First South Wales repaint pack that I got not so long ago. I saw the repaint, I thought it'd be really cool, and I know that this bus carries either like this or the branded livery. 37672 was an ex-First Leeds B9 and a really, really nice motor. So I thought, yeah, we'll give it a go. The livery also looks really nice, looks really vibrant. And as I say, we've got the Blueprint Productions B9TL. Quite ironic that actually in the day of filming this, I have driven a B9TL. So we will override the idle shutdown. That'll do. There we go, and I've already got it all sorted, so we'll get the machine working. So yeah, I will admit it is actually really, really weird having driven a B9 in real life today to be driving a B9 in the virtual world. But hey ho, I really fancied the drive of it with Blueprint Productions. It got me in the mood. Unfortunately, the B9 that I drove today was a little bit poorly, a little bit under the weather. But I thought, yeah, it gets me in the mood to have a little drive of it. So I thought, why not? We also need to get our lights on because we've got literally no lights. There we go. We have some daytime lights on. And we'll make, oh, that's the pause button, not the indicator button. They're very, very close to each other. So it's quite easily done, is that? So it is only a short route. I want to say it's about 15 to 20 minutes. Not a long run at all, but it is a nice route. And I've had Farthington for quite a while. I've had it ever since it came out. And we haven't been on it for a while. So I thought, yeah, something totally different. We've got all the hype, obviously, with Lincolnshire and stuff like that. I have been sent, not so long ago, I was sent an additional update for Lincolnshire. I am going to showcase that to you very soon. And I've also been given an update to Gatterville, the left path version that we showcased not so long ago. So I am going to be looking into making videos of them very soon. Look out for them. But for now, as I said, I just fancied something really different, something really random. And that's a load of people. Can't see it from that angle, it is a shame. So I thought, yeah, we'll go on Farthington. We're doing a few different bits recently. As I said, we're doing Great Gundorf as well. Just thought it'd be nice to do a few various different bits and bobs compared to what we normally do. Just to spruce things up. And it's just a nice reminder that this map exists. And you can still, I believe you can still download it. I want to say you can still I hope you can still download it, because it'd be a shame if you can't. That is actually, yeah, that's actually quite nice. It's just a shame about the pole, but hey ho. Let's, there we go, and get everything back on. And then out the bus station. I've always really liked the bus station that they built in Farthington. I thought it was such a nice petite village-like station. Like when OMSI maps are made, sometimes they can lose the village effect about them. They can sometimes be a little bit too bustly, but this was just perfect. Fair out, like you've got the right amount of different things going on. As I say, you've got this does feel like a village. It really does feel like a village. Let's see if we can get another screenshot. I've forgotten how nice this map is, to be honest. Oh wow, that okay, yes, that I like that. That is a yes, I approve of that angle. I really wish that person wasn't there, but I very much approve of that angle. That yeah, that's worked out. Just in between the gap between the buildings. I haven't been to Cambridgeshire and sort of like that area for quite a while. I haven't been there for quite a while. I mean, the closest I got was a few years ago when I last went to the Fenland Bus Festival. It doesn't. I don't know what they're doing with that at the moment. A friend of mine used to run it. I don't know if he's starting to run it again. I don't know what's going on. You'll have to check the medias and stuff, but. I used to really enjoy it down there. It was really cool going to Whittlesea, not too far out from Peterborough, and having just a nice explore of the area on vintage buses. It was really nice. And that's very much what inspired what I do with the Pennines Bus Day, and this year as well we're unveiling the Peak District Community Bus Day. So it was really nice to sort of get inspiration from, like, if it wasn't for me going to the Fenland Bus Fest, I don't think I'd do either of them, especially one I've done the Pennines do as long as I have, because they were really inspirational, seriously inspirational running day. This idea where you can run buses into the middle of rural countryside and middle of nowhere was really cool, really like the idea, so we did it with the Pennines. It is a shame, as I say. I think they keep changing the minds of who's doing what with it in more recent times. But I did used to enjoy my adventures, and that's what I think of. I think of what I used to enjoy with it. It was pretty cool. It was very cool. Speaking of adventures, we're now in the park and ride site. Again, just notice how well detailed this map is. This map is quite a number of years old now. It's been going for quite a number of years since it was initially released. But the detail on this map is just absolutely stunning. So we're not going to Farthington. We are in fact going around, and you can see the bus guideway systems as well in place. Again, I used the spleen off them to create the bus guideways in Harrowthorpe. I've got to try and get Harrowthorpe working. For some reason, I cannot get it working for the life of me. I think I need to change the AI listings about that might trigger it to work. I don't know. Oh, we got the lag there. I did forget about that little lag spike actually. But I need to change the AR list, I think, to get it working. But yeah, look at this, all this guideway system that we're all set up. So cool. And as I say, I use this in Harrowthorpe to create the guideway systems that you saw in that. I still have them in place. I think I've done some minor edits with them not so long ago. It's been a while since I've done any proper editing to that map. Quite a number of years. But I think the last editing I did involve the guideway. So yeah, it's a really cool thing. What I loved about when I made that map, because don't get me wrong, it was like this huge thing without any objects. It was a little bit annoying in parts, but it was an absolutely, like, I always, to be fair, I think, well, one regret going through it, that's really what I want to do when I get a little bit of time to crack on with Humble Buses. It is something I'm still wanting to do. It is something I'm still wanting to work on. I just haven't had time to start it yet, unfortunately, as much as I'd wanted to. I've made some little bits of progress, nothing really major. But something I did do with Humble Buses that I really do regret with Harrowthorpe is not keeping the scenery up. When I did the routes, I was just like, oh, let's put this here and this there and this there, and we've just ended up with like hundreds and hundreds of miles of road. It just goes all over the place. with hardly any scenery. That's really annoying because then it's really difficult to then go back and try and add all the scenery in. It really, really is. That's probably the most difficult bits, to go back and go, oh, well, I've got to add this in, and I've got to add that in, and all that lot. So, but it is something I do want to look back at. I do want to do a few bits on it. As I say, when time applies, unfortunately, time is very much at a premium at the moment, unfortunately. That's why I'm here doing this sort of an evening of different filmings, simulator filmings, because I just fancy an evening off. And doing a little bit of driving and a little bit of train adventures and stuff like that. Again, I am really getting into train sim. Don't get me wrong, there are still going to be these videos coming out, so please do not worry. I've still got a lot of OMSI stuff coming out, but I'm really getting into the train sim lately, so there is going to be a lot of train sim too, alongside OMSI. So I'll try and balance them as much as I can. There might be some weeks where there's more OMSI one week or more train sim one week, but I'll try and balance them best I can. Really quiet in the car. It's quiet in real. It's quieter than it is in real life in the car. Just about. It's quite faint. You can just about hear it. So here we are, West Heath House. I don't want to say after this. I think it is. I think we're literally at the depot. As I say, it is not a long route at all, but it is such a nice route and it's such a nice map. It really, really is, and just demonstrates the talents that Whistlehead had when working on all this. The talent that, as I say, I think it's more lost recently. I don't know if it's still involved with the UK development team. Because I know that they are working on the next update for West Country. They're actively doing that. They've posted up some feeds recently on the forums, so they are actively doing that. So that is something that is coming up very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that coming up. That'll be very exciting. We've also, as I say, we've got Lincolnshire that's being worked on at the moment. No official release date announced at the moment, but I know that he's wanting to get it out soon rather than later. All being well with that, because obviously it's like expanding and doing extra bits. I will, as I say, go back to that and we'll try and have a little look at some of the other bits that Mr. Moose has worked on, because I've had some additional bits. As I say, I've released an update. I've been given an updated variation to show you all, so you can all have a little nosy and see what it's been up to. So I will hopefully, as I say, have a video on that very soon. I just wanted to make sure that we were mixing it up a little bit. We're not just doing the same. That looks absolutely stunning. I really like. I've nailed the lighting with that. That I am happy with, and the angle as well, and the livery. The livery's really nice. I will link the repaint pack in the description below. Oh, there we go. I will link the repaint pack in the description below, so just keep an eye out for that. It is worth downloading. There's this one, and there's also, I believe, the red ones as well that are included. I want to say there's branded and debranded liveries too. But again, have to double check, have a little look, see what there is on offer. But again, such a nice repaint pack of such a lovely livery. I believe this blue livery, I believe it's the number 4, the university service. Number 4 and the other one, or whatever the number now, of the 11. I know, I'm pretty certain these are the university, like the campus shuttle university buses livery, because they got out of nowhere. Wales never really had any double deckers. They only had like a couple of ALXs and then a couple of Geminis, and then all of a sudden just got an absolute ton of deckers, absolute ton, and it turns out that they were using them all for Unicontract, and they use them on Unicontracts for various bits and bobs as well. So they do get out and about. They do have a bit of variety with them, and they don't just keep them concise to one thing. They do tend to go all over the place now, and it's pretty cool. And as I say, quite a lot of them are ex-leads, and that's also pretty awesome. Oh, forgot about this depot. Oh, it looks cool. Drive Barley Bus Depot. with the temporary bus stop. Exciting. We did that very, very quickly. We weren't due here till 30. We went very, very quickly. Did that about 9 minutes. Didn't realise we'd actually done it that quickly. We'll go and park it somewhere around here. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there, leave it out the way. Leave it out the way, waiting for its next trip in quite a while. So yeah, so that was Farthington. As I say, it's not the biggest route in the world. It's not like the most intense route in the world. It's oh god, that's a skip. Where have I want to try and here is a view from the car. There we go. We can zoom out and it actually works. And again, I think that's actually quite a nice screenshot. So there we go. So as I say, it's not the longest route in the world. It was only ever done as a demo map, a free map that is. I'll see if I can find a link for it. I'm sure it's still on the Fellows Film Forums. I'll have a little look. But I've had this map that long. I don't know, in all honesty. It is an absolutely cracking map. I do recommend it. If you haven't already, have a go in it, have a drive in it. It's really nice. It's a short little route. It's also an ideal route to get screenshots on, as you can see. If you've got a new repaint or a new livery that you've made, it's an ideal route to get your screenshots on because it's so scenic, so nice, and it is a nice little route to just plod up and down on if that's the kind of thing you're into in OMSI. With that said and done, I do really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have done, then do be sure to click that like button so that more people can find it and enjoy it just like you have, and that way we can keep growing this channel. If you have watched this video and you're new and you haven't already, do consider subscribing to the channel so you can support what we do. As I say, we're focused on OMSI 2, the bus simulator and train simulator here, as you can see, and you can check out all the previous videos. You can also check out my main channel and More Central for all the real life buses, trams and trains and bits and bobs, including following the progress on the buses that I own. Thank you once again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video, mate. Goodbye for now. Bye.